How's it going, everyone? It is Only here. Welcome back to another video. As always, big news just dropped today, as I was not expecting to make this video today. Bungie now owns Destiny, and they are splitting away from Activision. That is just completely huge news. It's good news for once. And so just literally about 10 minutes ago, Bungie just published an article, and I believe Jason Schreier is also tweeting about this, but they pretty much talked about on their blog post what their future lies for Destiny in terms of Activision, and just pretty much talking about the whole split up. When we first launched our partnership with Activision in 2010, the gaming industry was in a pretty different place. As an independent studio setting out to build a brand new experience, we wanted a partner willing to take on a big leap of faith with us. We had a vision for Destiny that we believed in, but to launch a game of that magnitude, we needed the support of an established publishing partner. With Activision, we created something special. To date, Destiny has delivered a combination of over 50 million games and expansions to players all around the world. More importantly, we also witnessed a remarkable community. Tens of millions of Guardians strong rise up and embrace Destiny to play together, to make and share memories, and even do truly great things that reach far beyond the game we share, to deliver a positive impact on people's everyday lives. We have enjoyed a successful 8-year run with Activision and like to thank them for that partnership with Destiny, but looking ahead, we're excited to announce plans for Activision to transfer their publishing rights of Destiny over to Bungie. With our remarkable Destiny community, we are ready to publish it on our own, while Activision will increase their focus on their own IP projects. I'm guessing they're just talking about, their other games like Spyro, Crash, and, obviously Call of Duty. The planned transition process is already underway in its early stages, with Bungie and Activision both committed to making sure the handoff is as seamless as possible. With Forsaken, we learned and listened, and we leaned into what the fans wanted to make a great Destiny experience. Rest assured, there's more of that on the way. We're continuing to deliver that on the existing Destiny roadmap, and we're looking forward to releasing more seasonal experiences in the coming months, as well as surprising our community with some exciting announcements about what lies beyond. Thank you so much for your continued support. Our success is owed in no small part to the incredible community of players who have graced our worlds with light and life. We know self-publishing won't be easy. There's still much more for us to learn as we grow as an independent global studio, but as we see unbounded opportunities and potential for Destiny, we know that new adventures await us all on new worlds filled with mystery, adventure, and hope. We'll hope you join us there. Now, when they talked about Forsaken, this immediately brought up my mind about the Forsaken sales that Activision was talking about. I believe it was like early October that Activision reported that they were not happy with like Forsaken sales, but immediately that felt kind of weird because Bungie developers started talking on Twitter saying, no, that's not the case. We're happy with how Forsaken launched. And obviously there's been tension between Activision and Bungie, in terms of recently, but even Jason Schreier has been tweeting out that this has been happening before even Destiny 1 launched. So yeah, wow, after reading that, I just really want to first of all congratulate Bungie for doing that. That must be really good for the developers over there at Bungie in terms of Destiny's future, because one, communication will be a lot easier now that they could just fully focus on the fans and just, communicating one-to-one. They don't have to go through Activision when they want to talk about their new games and, talk about what lies ahead. They even teased in the article alone that, they might be surprising fans with what they're going to be announcing. They might be a lot more open in terms of their communication, which I think definitely a lot of Destiny fans have wanted in the past. And I think a lot of things that, Destiny has been controversial for in the past is definitely because of the whole Activision and Bungie arguing, and just the fact that, obviously Activision wants microtransactions in the game, which we see in terms of Eververse, and as well as Activision wants Destiny 2. The whole reason that Destiny 2 was most likely so casual and so streamlined for just launching in the game a couple hours every single week was because they wanted to make it casual where everyone was at the same level, no matter of how many hours you could have every single day to play. Obviously, a lot of the fans didn't like that. Forsaken saw a different change of that in terms of listening to the fans. I've yet to play Forsaken, but after this news, in terms of Destiny's future, I might give it a chance here in the future. Communication's one big thing. Yeah, what a burden off your chest that must be if you're a Bungie developer, because, not having a big publisher like that ahead of you, it opens up so many doors. And obviously, as they said, that the future of Destiny is going to be pretty bright. They're going to be openly communicating with the fans in the future. Obviously, having one studio in charge of publishing and developing is just going to be so much better for the team, and that's just great. Yeah, I'm reading some of the tweets here from Jason Schreier. He said, at today's meeting announcing the news, Bungie staff cheered loudly. Can't overemphasize how happy they are just to get away from Activision, but to have a game that they now own completely, which, as I've been saying, is just one property in general. They could publish it, they could develop it. That's just great. In terms of, that's just great. I don't think there's a game out there, really, in terms of Destiny's magnitude that sells that many units, that's published and developed internally at the same developer. It's definitely one of the biggest ones. So yeah, obviously I think Destiny 3 is trending right now. Obviously, in terms of Destiny 2's lifecycle here as it's closing, it's probably going to be a lot more on the up, and hopefully when Destiny 3 launches here, I'm hoping it's next generation. But hopefully when it launches, obviously at the launch, we're going to see something like Forsaken, where obviously a lot of things that people expected from Destiny 1 to go over to Destiny 2 will just be completely there in Destiny 3. Hopefully we won't have microtransactions, because I believe in the past Bungie developers have commented that the only reason we have Eververse and stuff is because of Activision. So I'm pretty sure that going into Destiny 3 we might not see microtransactions, and a lot of the controversial stuff that you always see Destiny in the news for will probably be fixed. We'll probably see a lot more longevity with the game. I believe when Bungie was talking a few months ago, or maybe even a year ago at this point, I think it was only a few months ago actually, they're talking about a brand new IP that they were working with a new publisher. I don't know how that's going to change now that they fully own Destiny. I can imagine that since Destiny is, completely their baby now, I imagine it has a lot more long of a life than they originally thought a couple months ago. So that's just great news. It's always great to just announce and just talk about great news like this. Because obviously, just recently we had the Telltale shutdown, which was like really bad news in terms of developers being laid off and just the whole horrible conditions that were happening there, that obviously, them working overtime and not getting paid for that, and just ultimately them taking on so many projects and just bad leadership. Horrible story, honestly, there. Even though that had a good ending with it being picked up, obviously the developers never really ended up getting, paid off because of that, which was really frustrating to see. But yeah, obviously this is a nice story. Wasn't expecting to talk something positive about Bungie and Destiny. Forsaken's been really positive lately in terms of the game's reception and everything, but from here it only goes up, so that's pretty exciting. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. I know I have a few Destiny players in my community, so really happy for you guys, which is awesome. And yeah, just going to Destiny 3, it should see a lot brighter of a future, and hopefully what we all wanted Destiny 2 to be. So I think there's only positive things with today's news story, and that's always great to see. So I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll update the description if more news breaks out in the coming minutes, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.